What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, I decided to make this video due to Stephen A. Smith basically saying that, Will Smith owes black folks a conversation, an apology, an explanation for why he slapped Chris Rock. He still needs to do some conversation around the slap in order, I guess, for black folks and for people in good conscience to rock with him again, and so on and so forth, and all that, right? And how some people don't really feel comfortable, seeing his movies because of the slap and all of that. I want to make a video saying the reasons why black people were never going to cancel Will Smith. Black folks were never ever going to cancel Will Smith at all. One of the main reasons, one, we've seen a lot of non-black celebrities, filmmakers, etc., do much more heinous things, and they didn't get canceled, right? Woody Allen married his stepdaughter, right? Then he had allegations of sexual abuse, etc., around his name. Woody Allen's a filmmaker. Roman Polanski had all type of charges of sexual assault of underage girls, etc. Then he, left the country into a country he couldn't get extradited from and all of that. Did some heinous stuff, and he was in movies and all that. I remember he was in what, Rush Hour 3? Roman Polanski? And people were still doing films with him. He was still able to win awards and get nominated for awards and all of that, right? And so why would we as black folks alienate and ostracize Will Smith for a slap? They was acting like he had violated somebody sexually, or like he had done something crazy, he's, you would have thought he unalived the person. You would have thought he was a serial killer or something, the way people were acting like it was the most heinous thing alive. You would have thought Will Smith went on stage and shanked Chris Rock or something, the way people was acting. Like, people were acting like they had never seen anything so egregious, like it was the most despicable, vile thing you could ever do in life. We've had these filmmakers, non-black filmmakers, doing all type of crazy, heinous, vile acts, and people making excuses for them, sweeping it under the rug, still working with them, still being in their movies, etc. You know what I mean? So it was interesting, and black folks saw that play and like, nah, we not falling for that. Two, black folks love and revere Will Smith for several reasons. One, like, Will Smith was the rapper that your mama and your daddy, your grandmama, your auntie, them, your great auntie, and all that, your great grandmama, if you were blessed to have her in your life, they let you listen to Will Smith. Will Smith was a clean rapper. He was dope. He was fun. He made refreshing, especially the early Will Smith. Y'all don't agree with getting jiggy with it and all that type of stuff, right? But Summertime, he made refreshing music, man. We all love The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We love that show. I grew up on that show. Will had a charisma. He was a charming guy. He represented us, black American people in Hollywood. And while gaining superstar appeal around his name from doing films like Men in Black, Enemy of the State, doing Wild Wild West, he did movies like Independence Day, etc. While gaining worldwide prominence, he never separated himself from his blackness. Black folks appreciated that. We like, yo, okay, say what you want about Jada and all of that. Will Smith always married black women. Both of his wives were black. We can say what we want to say about Jada and certain things she's done in recent years, but he married black women. He was always giving props to hip hop, going to hip hop stations, freestyling, rapping, always staying true to the rap art form. He stayed tied to his core and what he started out with. He never acted like he was too big for hip hop. Like, oh, I'm too big for that. I don't do that anymore. I'm just a actor. I'm just a, I'm just a, I would say thespian, but I think that's when you, is that associated with people that's in plays? Let me look at that word. Yeah, that's related to drama and theater, right? He never acted like he was like, too big for all of those things that he once was closely tied to within the black community, and we always loved and appreciated him for that. And again, as a young man, I see this young brother that's fly on TV, getting all the girls. Bro, when Big Willie Sal came out, I was 4 years old. So again, I'm a little itty bitty kid watching the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and reruns of the show and all of that, right? And I'm like, yo, this show is cool. This guy got the dope haircuts. You know, he wearing the fly clothes. He is, he's entertaining. He got the charisma, got the swagger, and the girls love him. I want to be like Will Smith. And there's a lot of other young black men that felt just like me. A lot of women adored Will Smith. Black women in particular loved him. You know, I saw that when Garcelle Bouvet shouted out Will Smith on his birthday and put up a picture. She used the picture of them kissing in the movie The Wild Wild West as a shout out to him on Instagram before we knew about the Jada Pinkett and August Alsina situation. This is before the entanglement situation came to light. So you knew black women loved him some Will Smith because Garcelle put up that picture of her kissing Will Smith in that movie scene as a happy birthday to him, right? And I always loved Garcelle Bouvet. She finer than frog hair, goddamn finer than the ticket on the dashboard. But anyway, finer than the ticket on the dashboard. I love Garcelle, aka Fancy from the Jamie Foxx show. Anyway, another reason why black people were never going to cancel Will Smith, black folks universally love Will Smith more than they love Chris Rock, right? And they weren't about to cancel Will for Chris Rock. Is Chris Rock revered? Absolutely. He's revered. From my research, early Chris Rock in the comedy days, black folks loved Chris Rock. It was a guy, you know, we had a guy that was mainstream in the comedy world who spoke about certain things in our community and you know, things that go on and happen in our neighborhoods, and spoke about, you know, the black experiences in certain settings, etc. And people loved him, right? But over time, I felt like certain times Chris Rock, like, he almost kind of seemed like the token black at times, right? And I'm not trying to denigrate Chris when I say this. Like when he was letting Louis C.K. say the N-word, you know, and people would try to say, well, Louis C.K., he got Latino in him and all that. Man, Louis C.K. looked like a white man. Y'all know that. He looks like a straight up white man, for real. And saying, and again, I don't care if he do get is Latino. Y'all know how I feel about, you know, non-black people, regardless, Latino or not, saying the N-word. I don't fool with it. I don't. And we all let Fat Joe get away with it for years, but I be looking at Fat Joe, especially as an adult man, I'm conscious about certain things, and I've what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, as I've become more conscious, you know, in thought and through going to school, etc. I'll be looking at Fat Joe with the side eye when he said the N-word too, but it's just something we all just let him say. But I know I felt strange when I heard Jennifer Lopez say, I tell them N-words, man, they business, but they don't hit me though. On that I'm Real with Ja Rule. But anyway, yeah, I always cringed, even as a little kid. I'm like, should she be saying that? Should she? I don't know. So I don't care if Louis C.K. got Latino in him or not. It should have never been allowed for him to say that. Chris Rock laughed it off with him while he's saying the N-word. Jerry Seinfeld was the only one looking around saying, yo, that's not okay. That's not okay for you to say, Louis C.K. That's not okay for you to say. Chris Rock acting like it's okay, going along with the flow. And I think black people kind of got that sense from Chris as Chris Rock started to get like mainstream success and fame. Even though I love this show, Everybody Hates Chris. Love it, right? I thought it was a dope show. But black folks did get that feel about Chris kind of appearing to be a black man that will skin and grin for white folks at times and let them off the hook for racist things. And black folks kind of don't vibe with that. Not kind of. We don't vibe with black folks that let white folks get away with racist stuff and just say the N-word and stuff, you know? We kind of felt Chris, his tokenism sometimes. And black folks vibe with Will more because we always kind of felt like Will wouldn't allow something like that. Black folks, and you can say, well, he allowed Jada to do this. I don't see Will allowing somebody to be racist and say the N-word and all that in front of him, you know? He stayed true to the, you know, to blackness at all times. And sometimes people question if Chris Rock did, you know, even though he's provided commentary and in stand-ups talking about issues that Black Americans face, and white folks not taking it serious. But when you let non-Black people say the N-word and all of that, it just takes away from those things at times. You know what I mean? And a lot of Black folks never got that tokenism feel from Will, and they love Will, man, and they celebrate him. We celebrate him. We applaud him. We knew he was going through a rough time with this, but we knew certain things would pass over. And so we were never going to cancel Will because of those reasons that I just laid out. Black folks love Will, respect him, and wish the best for him. Peace.